Hello everyone, Treecks here, and welcome back to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. We're playing this on the GameCube, so if it does not look immediately familiar, then that's the reason. There's multiple versions of this game. And this is actually the GameCube version. In it we've actually learned a new spell in the last episode, Expelliarmus, or at least in the last recording session. And this is the kind of game where I actually like to play for at least an hour. I'll cut up the episode later. But with this new spell, we were actually able to do some dueling. And therefore truly learned something new. But the story will continue. After doing a lot of side quests in order to finish off the last recording session, it is time to take a look at something else that Harry Potter is famous for. Bullying Draco Malfoy. No, of course that's not what I mean. He does look like the kind of guy that deserves to be bullied though. Let's give him an actual close-up. I think he's actually earned that by this point. Hi Draco. Man, you've got big eyes. The close-up was a bad idea. So, now let's go get serious. Bullying Draco is of course not something we need to do. What we need to do is play Quidditch. We've got Quidditch Practice at the Quidditch Stadium as our next mission. We were the youngest Seeker in a century after all for Gryffindor House. The first year in a very long time that already was able to get into the Quidditch team. But now in the second year we need to prove that was indeed not a fluke. Ron is going to be ready, waiting for us. Time for us to head out to the grounds again. Last time we were here we did a lot of mini-games, but at least those are all out of the way now, so no distractions from Neville. And it's time for us to actually play the famous wizard sport. Even famous enough to get a couple of actual separate games. 2 of them by this point. I actually have both of them. So be prepared. It is time for us to make our way towards the Quidditch Stadium.
I'm looking forward to this, aren't you? Let's go in.
Yeah, there's probably something I need to get used to again, but it is indeed something I'm looking forward to, so let's go see the game's explanation and see how this will work.
Listen up, you lot. We're going to make sure we win the Quidditch Cup this year, and the way we're going to do that is practice, practice, practice. First, a quick recap of what we learned last year. I'll start with the Seeker. Over here, Potter. Now watch carefully.
Oh, need to go.
That's good, Harry. Flying through each ring makes you go faster and increases the magical charge in your broom.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same as in racing. Once again, there's rings. The golden snitch chasing is actually going to leave behind rings. We need to fly through all of them in order to go faster. Unlike in Quidditch Champions, there's no boost meter in this game.
Now you're going faster, you'll see the magical charge in your broom has increased too. You can see this in the trail the broom is leaving in the air behind you.
Okay, so we're building up magic. We can actually see our trail behind us becoming more powerful. The more speeds we build up.
The magical charge in your broom is at maximum. You can now get that extra boost of speed.
Ooh, we've got a boost button. We can press Y and we go crazy fast. You've got boost power. And that way we can actually get closer to the snitch. Until we get so close that we can actually grab it.
That's a bludger, Harry. Don't let it hit you, or it will reduce the magical charge in your broom. They hurt too.
Yeah, there's bludgers in this game as well. They will actually try to go for us. Of course, they will try to knock down the Seeker. Actually prevent us from getting closer to the snitch. Just keep an eye out on it to make sure not to run into it. Just keep on going. Wait for a chance to actually press Y.
Time your grab at the snitch, and you'll catch it.
And in this game, we actually need to time our grab. Make sure it's actually level with our hand. And then try to press A. Yeah, and that way we catch it. And that is our goal as a Seeker. Catching the snitch and ending the game. And that is our first introduction to Quidditch. Now, let's go see if we can use it in an actual match.
Okay, you know the score. 1 opposing seeker, 2 bludgers, and 2 opposing beaters to contend with. All you have to do is catch the snitch.
Yeah, but that is easier said than done, because there's indeed an opposing seeker, and also bludgers, and opposing beaters who are actually going to try to use those bludgers in order to get us off our broom. Just flying through rings, building a boost, and catching up with the snitch. It sounds easy, but we've got opponents who are going to try to stop us from doing that. This will actually become increasingly more difficult in later matches, but in this first one we actually are able to do it quite easily. Oh, come on, Harry. No reason to stop immediately. So far, not getting any opposition. I'm pretty sure in this first match we will actually also not get any. Later match we will actually find a lot more opposition. This is just to introduce ourselves to how this works. There we go. We're only playing as Harry Potter in this game, so we're only doing the seeking part of the Quidditch. But at least we're doing that fine.
That was perfect, Harry. You received the highest grade. A distinction. And because of that excellent performance, Harry, here's a brand new Nimbus 2000 to take with you. You'll be able to fly anywhere around the grounds, but try not to crash into too many of the towers. If you want to try your hand at Quidditch Practice, Harry, just come over here.
Once again, how well you did is actually going to be time-based, just like the regular class challenges. I actually caught the snitch in 1 minute and 9 seconds, so apparently that was good enough for the highest grade. That is how Quidditch will work, at least seeking in Quidditch, and that's the only thing we're going to be doing, so... In order to see the other roles, we're going to have to wait till we play an actual separate Quidditch game. Something that also will be happening at some point, don't worry.
Hello there, Hermione. What's the matter? Malfoy showed up while you were practicing in the Quidditch Stadium. He's been made Seeker after his dad brought his way onto the team with a whole set of Nimbus 2001s. Hermione said something about it and he called her a filthy mudblood. A what? A mudblood? It's a really disgusting name for someone who was born of non-magical parents. There are some wizards, like Malfoy's family, who think they're better than everyone else. Anyway, it's a horrible thing to say. If it hadn't been for Hagrid showing up, I'd have cursed him.
He's not worth the trouble, Ron.
I suppose you're right.
Anyway, I'm tired and I'm off to bed. Let's go.
Yeah, we've been doing plenty of things today. A lot of side questing, but also 2 actual classes, so... Just remember, after doing the Quidditch practice, we actually unlock the broom for use outside. It is now an actual item you can use.
What's that over there?
And despite the separation of the Hogwarts grounds, actually being divided into separate sections, so we cannot actually walk over the entire grounds anymore, we can, of course, still fly across the entire grounds. So that part of the exploring is still possible, you might say. We can actually fly across the castle, find a couple of rings. Those will actually give us beans the moment we fly through them. Kind of like this, as you can see. If I need to be honest, it is not a very good way to farm for beans. It's pretty difficult to actually locate the rings in the first place, and even if you go through them, they will also only give you 1 bean per ring, so... These green ones will actually give you 5 beans, so I guess those are a bit better to use for farming, but... in the end, it is not a very reliable way to try to farm for beans. Usually you only find these yellow rings, and those are indeed only worth 1. It's pretty difficult to get beans fast this way. I guess the unlocking of the Nimbus 2000 is only good for flying around, actually exploring.
That looks interesting.
Getting off your broom is not per se easy, I guess. Oh, there we go. Just wait until the game prompts you that you're able to move off, and then you can. You're not able to land everywhere, of course. Now, let's go move back into the castle. I, of course, stopped my recording session just before doing the Quidditch, and therefore I've had the opportunity to take a look at a couple of things. Do a bit of research. Found a couple of chests that we're able to open up that I missed, and also where we can find the item for the missing item board. I did actually promise I would do that, and I indeed did, so... Before ending the day, it is once again going to be side questing time. This time around, not a very large chunk of it, but still. There are a couple of things I need to quickly take care of. Moving into the grand staircase. Here we're going to go towards the first floor in order to farm a couple of beans. I'm not on the Slytherin girl. Now, if only the wizards and the witches over here actually gave us some beans. Being able to knock it out of them. In this room. It's a bit hard to find because of being tucked away in the corner. But there's an Aloha Mora chest, but also a regular one. And that regular one we could of course open up. Actually missed out on this room after my initial exploring. But here it is.
Number 91. Wilfred Elphick.
That was the first thing we needed to do. We'll be returning here later once we've unlocked Aloha Mora. Which is not going to be a thing for a while, I'm afraid. Oh, wrong door.
Not through there.
Use this one. The second room on the first floor. That is where we can actually find the next item. There's also a box over here that's going to give us some beans. And here it is, the telescope. Yeah, some of these items are actually only described as I lost it near the grand staircase. It can be a bit confusing sometimes. Especially since this is the biggest part of Hogwarts. It can be in any of these classrooms on any floor. But this is indeed the area we needed to look for. Ending the day is a perfect way to warp back towards the Gryffindor common room. And therefore also back towards the board. But first we need to tally up our points. We did well today, so we're indeed going to be breaking 200. 230.
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff actually increased its score to 176.
Ravenclaw.
The guys in blue, 211. They're still pretty close behind us.
Slytherin.
And our serpentine friends. I think they're actually our friends now, because we're also able to talk to snakes, so... 240, they actually passed up on us. Perhaps I need to redo the Defense Against the Dark Arts class. I actually did not get the highest grade there, so... Those are probably the points I'm missing, but I'm pretty sure we can catch up. There's still a lot of opportunities to pass up on Slytherin, of course. Beating them with Quidditch is one of them. But that is not quite a thing yet. Let's go downstairs and let's go see what our next nighttime adventure is going to be.
I think it might be a good idea to go to the library and find a copy of Hogwarts: A History.
Why do you want it?
So we can find out about the legend of the Chamber of Secrets, of course.
Of course. I suppose you want me to sneak out to the library again.
Could you? Oh, thanks, Harry. The only thing is, you'll need to get to the restricted section this time. Go down to the second floor and just past the entrance to the library. There's a portrait that will let you in. The password is bibliophile.
Right. Second floor, past the library, portrait. Got it.
Thanks, Harry. And watch out for the prefects.
Yeah, we know how it works, Hermione. Nighttime means prefects. Especially in the library. Our next item we need to find is Neville's toad. Trevor. He always loses that one, so... Last found near the herbology greenhouse, so at least that one is a bit more specific. And this is our reward for the telescope.
Number 48. Salazar Slytherin.
Our ancestor? Question mark. Well, if we were, we would have actually known how to open the Chamber of Secrets, and therefore also where we can actually find it. But we do not. We need to find out where it is, because we don't know. The forbidden section of the library might be able to help us. I guess no book in the regular part of the library is going to be talking about a secret chamber in Hogwarts. If there's something to be found, it is something that is going to be hidden. Oh. Ma'am, I'm pretty sure the traffic light was red for you. You should have let me go first. Bean farming, that also needs to happen. It is nighttime, so the shop is going to be open, but unless I actually have full beans, I don't want to go in there. And also since next day is going to unlock some new minigames for us, and those are going to be a bit more expensive than the ones that we did last time. No shopping, I'm afraid, for now. Still need to find a good spot in order to do some grinding. At the moment, not something I actually had the motivation to do either, so... We'll simply farm for beans until we are full, and then we will keep on going. Waiting until the next day. Waiting until Neville actually has some more minigames for us. Let's go check out the secret entrance into the forbidden section of the library. A place we've also been in the first game. But now there's something else we need to do. We know who Nicholas Flamel is by this point, so we don't have to go look for him.
Hermione said that I had to go past the library to find the portrait
Oh,
in the
oops.
section.
Stupid prefects.
There's someone round here.
Past the library. Although I don't think that actually means we need to go in the library. My apologies. Got a bit too enthusiastic. This is of course just a regular library. We'll be returning here later, by the way, so it's not like we're not going to be seeing this place at all anymore. Later on we will be able to get a couple of chests here. But for that we need a bit more spells. We're actually missing a couple. Not every single room is accessible here yet. No, the secret entrance is indeed going to be here.
Hermione said that I had to go past the library.
It's going to be this
to
door.
find the portrait to the restricted section.
There's two of these doors, so that can be a bit confusing.
Right. Somewhere around here is a portrait.
Yeah, but more importantly, there's also going to be prefects around here. This is a dead end. Be careful. I'm not able to see very well, of course. Wall sneaking. Wait for the prefect to actually walk past us. And then quickly go into the safe area. If only there was a safe here. Then we would be able to get rich very quickly. Let's go peek. Don't see anyone here, so can move on another section. This corridor seems a bit occupied, so let's go check out the other one. That one seems to be empty. Let's make sure that prefect over there actually does not go in there. Yeah, which he indeed does, so let's do this carefully. This is also a dead end, by the way. Come on, go away, you. Apparently I need to continue over here. I don't dare to actually start walking just like that, so let's make sure this is safe. Looks like it is. Wall sneak. Hi, sir. I'm pretty sure you would be able to spot that the moment somebody actually peeks around the corner like that. And yeah, over here it's also safe.
The portrait.
Thank you for telling me, Harry. I wouldn't have known myself.
Bibliophile.
Say bibliophile, and we can actually go into the restricted section. Yeah, this looks familiar already. Of course, everything is going to be enchanted over here. Books that are going to be flying around. Very annoying, actually. Annoying to deal with. I can remember that climbing section. Oh, this again. Just like in the Defense Against the Dark Arts challenge, the Expelliarmus challenge. This castle definitely likes locking us up. Until we are done with the challenge. And here they are, like I promised, flying books. Super annoying to deal with. I don't think there's going to be any real chests hidden here. Just one containing some health. In case you're not full on health. A cauldron cake. And it looks like I already was full on health. So I guess the health is not per se required to get. Here's another one, a pumpkin pasty. So, saying that you failed this challenge because of running out of health, because of not having enough health, is not an excuse. In this way, getting started with the challenge You should actually always be full health. And that might actually be required, because dealing with these books can be a bit annoying. Just wait for them to actually go away. Which is something you need to be patient for, because sometimes they actually go back into the shelves quickly. And then they will go out again, and the moment they fly out fully, then we quickly need to go. Never go back the moment they actually go back into the shelf quickly. It is actually always too short of a time to be able to sneak past them. Only go the moment they actually fully fly out. Only then we will have enough time, as you can see. That's the biggest trick here. No, Harry, don't climb. First want to open up this chest. I'm pretty sure all of them are going to be just food over here, but you may never know. Might actually be sneaky enough to place wizard cards at some point. But for that reason I do want to check out all of these chests. Just for the simple reason that you can never be too sure. Be patient, Harry. The book will fly out at some point. Oh, be careful. Some of them can actually be really close together. And that way it's easy to get hit the moment both of the books come flying back at the same time. Kind of like this. Not a whole lot of room where we can actually safely stand. Ooh. Apparently I'm safe over here. Ooh. Right, another one passed. Just a couple more. 2 more, I think. Maybe 3. Go! Just wait here. Even though you're not always able to see the books coming in already, do remember where they are. Always make sure to look ahead of you. See where the next one actually appears. Like over here. So you don't actually get surprised and start going too far. You're never able to actually get past the next book. You barely get enough time the moment it flies away, so... The moment it will start returning and you've already started going, you will always get hit. There's no way to actually get past them. And that way, this challenge is indeed a game of patience. Not per se difficult to do, just annoying, because you do have a tendency to go fast. And in a spot like this, we are actually not able to go fast. Because otherwise... this will indeed happen. Like I said, annoying. We just need to be patient, but having patience is very difficult. Especially for someone like me. I always like to do things fast. But here we are, the top has been reached. Enchanted books. Always amazing to deal with. Until next time, I guess. Let's continue into the next room.